panayam, balita at iba pa.
Welcome back mga kabarangay, dito po sa ating Barangay New Zealand, powered by Net Kapihan. Ako po ang inyong kaibigan sa Impapawid, ang inyong Kuya Rene, ang inyong Direk Rene dito po sa ating programa. Araw po ng linggo at medyo nagre-relax, pero nakapag-schedule po ako ng isang very interesting na podcast mula po sa isang kaklase at kaibigan na nasa Indonesia, nasa Jakarta, Indonesia, at halos pareho pala sila nasa Jakarta, no? So ating pag-uusapan po itong yung parang naano ako Ito yung topic, no? Kumusta ang ating mga kabarangay diyan sa Jakarta? At alamin natin kung actually may mga kaibigan nga ako na nasa Bali, no? I think si Ray yata from Bali bumalik na sa umakyat muna ng Pilipinas ng magbakasyon bago bumalik ng New Zealand. Kaya alamin natin ating mga kabarangay diyan sa Jakarta, Indonesia. Unahin na natin, syempre, ang aking kaklase, kaibigan, ang Consul General mismo ng Philippine Embassy sa Jakarta, si Conjen Gonar Mazorn. Conjen, magandang hapon.
Hello, magandang hapon na Direk Rene.
Kumusta ka na?
Doing good. Ngayon, it's we're more than halfway na sa Ramadan, so fasting. Siguro in a few hours, I'll be breaking my fast. Pero okay naman. So far, so good.
And you're looking good, Conjen Gonar. You look good, ha? As always, youthful looking pa rin mula nung kami nasa Leyte. And kasama po natin, isa sa mga community leaders, I suppose, at tagal-tagal na rin sa Jakarta, Indonesia, si April Cabello. April! Hi,
Hi.
April.
Magandang tanghali po.
Kumusta na, April? How are you?
Buti naman, as what Conjan said, halos nasa gitna na kami ng Ramadan. So things change a little bit sa Indonesia kapag ganitong panahon. So we are almost there to, I think, 2 more weeks.
Yes.
2 more weeks?
Yes.
Ngayon ko lang napansin, si April merong siyang younger version ni Kuli Desma, no? Parang ganun
Schoolmate siya ng mommy ko.
Oh!
They were schoolmates before.
Talaga? Oo. So, both of you are in Jakarta and Jakarta is the capital, no, of Indonesia. Oo nga almost how many? 200 million Indonesians ba? Ano? Parang ganun kalaki.
Yes, I think
population, no? Parang ganun. So, Conjen, kwento muna. So, kasi alam ko you're a career diplomat, no? So, I followed you posting from Egypt ba? Nag-Egypt ka, no?
Yeah, that was my first posting, yes.
Egypt, no? And then from Egypt, you went to the Middle East.
No, Malaysia, and then Qatar, Singapore, and then now Jakarta. Okay,
so in a span of yung years na gumraduate tayo ay talagang pinursim. Bakit yung being a diplomat? That's kasi I recall when we were in graduate school, di ba? Sa communication tayo So
yes.
I think your major was it journalism or communication research?
Journalism.
Oo. Tsaka parang nagsusulat ka sa and I was envisioning you to become like a journalist, no? So napasok ka sa being a diplomat.
Well, that was the original plan, to join the media industry. But I stumbled upon the foreign service, and even if I'm in the foreign service, I still get to use what we learned during graduate school. So yung pagiging communicator natin, hindi nawawala yun. I think regardless of profession, it's always important that we need to have the communication skills. So I still get to apply that as a diplomat.
Actually, ang ating ambassador dito, yung Philippine ambassador, si Amba Kira, is a
Yes.
communications graduate din siya, sabi niya, sa Siliman, no? Siliman
Liman
University.
Yes.
And nung in-interview ko siya, sabi niya, for a while, nag-work siya sa Inquirer. Sabi niya, kaya lang talagang being a diplomat yung ano. So, ikaw naman, April, I understand we have a common link na pareho tayo taga College of Mass Communication, no?
Yes.
Na iba na yata yung pangalan ngayon eh, parang something
Yes.
different
Media and
na.
communication.
College
Oh,
of Media Communication na, pero so CMC pa din sila.
CMC pa rin.
kaya lang, ako yung pinakabata sa inyo eh. Nung umpisahan ko yan, Institute of Mass Communication. Institute pa siya. So, April, so you were also sa CMC? Anong program?
Yes, so ang undergraduate degree ko is Communication Research.
Hmm.
So College of Mass Communication din ako, and then my master's is actually in Development Communication. So UP pa din, yeah. My first job actually was before I went to become an expat. Actually, nagtrabaho muna rin ako sa gobyerno. My first job was in the Office of the Press Secretary during the time of President Fidel Ramos, the late President Ramos. I was the youngest writer. I joined OPS when I was just 19, turning 20 years old. So ako yung pinakabata sa kanila. That's where the journey started. And then I also worked for ABS-CBN. I was one of the producers. That was in my early 20s. So very communication ng background, but life and my career led me to Globe Telecom. So I've been working in telco for almost 15 years of my life. I'm dating myself, but yeah, so naging technical. So from Masscom, naging a little bit technical. I was on the product and customer experience side. But and then so my telco career led me to Indonesia. Pero now I'm currently the chief marketing officer of a healthcare group. So mula from telco, from communication to telco, naging healthcare naman.
So yung healthcare group is based in Jakarta. So is it like doing like accidents? Yung ano ba yung health? What do you mean by healthcare group? Insurance, yung ganon?
Yeah.
Or,
So our company, the group actually owns a chain of pharmacies and also chains of clinics in Jakarta and also in Samarinda in Kalimantan. Ililipat kasi ang capital ng Indonesia sa Kalimantan. So in preparation for that also, and then the owners also come from Samarinda, we're also currently building a hospital. So that's why kami ni Congen, may project ako before, like last year in November. Nagpartner kami with Congen. We did the World Diabetes Day. We had an activity, Filipino activity sa Philippine Embassy supported by Congen. So our Filipino constituents dito, we invited them for a talk about diabetes and chronic and how to manage it in November last year.
Oh, wow. Conjen Gonar, do you have an estimate gaano karami ang mga Pinoy dyan sa Indonesia?
Yung all over Indonesia, rough estimate is around 6,000.
6,000.
Tapos yung sa Jakarta is around 600. So it's very, very small actually compared to, for example, in Malaysia or Singapore, na they have a bigger Filipino population.
And so they're across the board in terms of career siguro, no? From engineering to education, yung mga ganon, no? Health.
They're mostly professionals. Not just professional but well paid. So like April, nasa healthcare, engineers. We have a lot of teachers here, lawyers. Meron pa nga isang Filipino actor na active dito, si Leo Cordero. It's mostly white collar. So kaya they're less susceptible to mga labor problems. So which means less work for us, but at least they're more manageable kasi nga na sila, more empowered, they're better paid.
So actually, just to add, ang composition dito ng Filipinos, Conjan is right. Professionals, and you'd be happy to know, like, when you meet them, they're usually the general managers, the
Mm.
vice presidents, or the chiefs,
Oh.
basically in the boardroom already, and
Mm.
executives of the organizations here.
Yung sabi nila yung baha sa Indonesia is parang similar daw sa Kapampangan. May certain words na tama ba yun? Yung may certain words, and I guess probably something to do with our history, di ba? Yung galing sa yung mga datu, umakyat, parang ganon. And naalala ko na, a couple, hindi naman a couple, siguro during the late 80s, early 90s, so may mga kaibigan ako from RPN 9, no? Channel 9. Lumipat sila dyan. They were running the TV stations of, hindi ko lang alam kung saan, yung nag-uumpisa pa lang. But they're no longer there, and naalala ko. Conjan in April, may direct flights ba papuntang Pilipinas from Jakarta?
Yeah, meron PAL, at saka Cebu Pacific, although mostly mga red-eye flights. So
Yes.
aalis, for example, ng like from Jakarta, mga middle of the night. Tapos pagdating mo ng Manila, umaga na.
6 o'clock in the morning. So,
Yes.
bale, actually, flight ko mamaya. So, ang alis ng Philippine Airlines is around 12:45. We are 1 hour behind Manila. So, pagdating mo sa Manila, around 6:30. Ganun din ang Cebu Pacific. So, dalawang flights. There used to be, before COVID, there used to be a morning flight ng PAL. Kaso, like Conjan said, compared to Malaysia, to Singapore, less Filipinos here. So, kinoconsolidate nila yung flights. So, isa na lang ang natira, yung sa midnight.
Wala na siguro yung flight dati to Davao. Alam ko dati meron siyang Davao to yun, na-discuss. Kasi nga, as you were saying, yung volume. Kami nga dito, yung after, because of the pandemic, nawala na yung direct flights ng Philippine Airlines to Manila. Oo. Parang ganun din siya. Aalis ka dito ng mga 11:30 ng gabi, tapos dadating ka sa Manila mga 6, 7 in the morning, no? Kaya nga, yung gustong-gusto ng mga Pinoy yun, kasi matutulog na sila, pagdating doon, Jollibee, parang breakfast na, parang ganon. Parang ganon din kayo.
Mas nagutom tuloy ako.
Uy, may Jollibee ba dyan? Wala dyan.
Wala.
Dati, Conjan,
Meron.
dati meron. Ages ago. Tapos, I think sinara muna nila. They were trying to broker entry, pero hindi ko pa alam kung anong nangyayari.
Actually, they're in talks daw with a potential partner. Pero, yeah, we're still waiting na maging concrete. Kasi yun nga, kausap ko yung counterpart namin from DTI dito sa Jakarta. So yun nga, may kausap daw silang possible partner. So sana, kasi, we're hoping, I'm missing Jollibee na.
Kasi dito wala din hoping. Actually, ang pinakamalapit sa atin daw, Australia, pero wala pa, hindi pa sila nag-open, no? Ano mga Filipino products o brands na pumasok na dyan sa Globe? I mean, ano pa yung mga Cebu Pacific? Pero ano pa yung mga brands? Mga food or something na
Meron dito, San Miguel Beer.
Oh, yeah.
Uishi Products.
Mm-mm.
Universal Rubina Products din.
Okay.
Sante Barley, it's a Filipino product.
Ano yun? Ano?
Sante Barley. Yung barley na drink, kasi
barley. Oh, yes, oo.
Yes, oo. And then, meron dito
ice cream. Ice cream, yung Magnolia, wala.
Parang wala pa. And then there's a coffee shop here that's owned by a Filipino, yung Harlan.
Harlan and Holden.
Yes.
Yeah, nakakita din ako dito, meron yung franchise ng Potato Corner is also there.
Potato Corner. Oh,
Saan? Mapuntahan nga.
So I saw it. So nagulat ako, may Potato Corner dito. It's the same brand that we have in Manila. Pero yung mga big brands, wala pa. So unfortunately, so sana, hopefully, makakita sila ng mga local partners para makapasok sila dito.
Yun, oo. Pero may mga Filipino stores, yung ba parang mga sari-sari store na nagtitinda ng mga Pinoy products, wala? Ah,
Ako
Walang
wala akong na-encounter.
iko-connect kita, Conjen. So,
Ah!
so ano, how big, but it's not very big. So, they're actually more online. There is no
yes,
physical
okay.
store. So, yung tinatawag natin sa Pilipinas na pasabay, di ba?
Mm,
What usually happens is merong shipment on probably on a monthly basis. And then they post it sa Facebook para siyang
mm,
sari-sari store. Yun,
hmm,
bibenta sila ng Pure Foods, ng Century
mm.
Tuna. So, but they actually ship it on a regular basis or kung may special
Okay,
request. Yeah.
oo. Kasi siyempre pagkain 'di ba, yun ang ano, yung,
Mm.
dito nagfo-flourish yung mga tinatawag na Filipino stores in halos lahat ng parts ng New Zealand may nag-uumpisa na. Some of them started, I know of some na ngayon medyo chain na siya, nag-umpisa sa garahe 'no, sa parang punta ka sa bahay, parang, "Rhea, bili ako ng ano." "O sige, buksan ko yung garahe, alin diyan?" Gano'n, gano'n. Eh, ngayon meron na siyang 6 yata na outlets 'no. Because food is very basic, no? So, 600 Pinoys in Jakarta, all over Indonesia, around 6,000. But it's growing, Conjen, no? Is it from your ano what you see? Dumadami ba sila na ano?
Kasi ang Indonesia kasi is not really it's more of a labor sending country. So parang Pilipinas. So hindi talaga siya puntahan ng Filipino workers. At saka
Mhm.
hindi ako nagkakamali, most of the Filipino workers dito parang ano yung lateral entry. So kumbaga parang pinadala lang sila ng kanyang company from the Philippines to
Ah,
manage. So it's not really Indonesia is not really a destination for OFWs.
Yeah. It's not top of mind. So when you're in Manila and you're working and you want to be an expat or you want to work, the nearest would be they want to work in Singapore, most definitely. Maraming pumunta sa Singapore, if not Hong Kong or Malaysia.
mhm,
But I mean, Indonesia is never like not even in the top 10 probably in the consideration. And another barrier there is here in Indonesia, you have to justify why you need to actually have an expat. So parang dapat very highly specialized yung skill set or you have to justify in their parang Ministry of Employment here or Ministry of Labor why you are specifically
hiring.
why you are a niche skills, why you have a niche skill set and bakit kailangan ka nilang dalhin dito.
Hmm. Oh, so that's ano nga talaga. So naka-focus siya sa mga professionals. I think similar to the Middle East when they were starting, 'di ba? Yung parang professionals ang ano ah ah, dito naman sa New Zealand, it's ganun din. Yung may tinatawag na yung labor hire na sinasabi, pero they just stay here for, ano ba, pinadala sila ng company nila or they work here for a certain number of years and then they go back to our to our homeland. So, kumusta yung community, Jakarta na lang, kumusta yung mga events diyan, yung mga community events? How is it? Is it lively? Di ba, mga fiesta atmosphere, gano'n?
Well,
Sa
yeah,
April siguro, o si Gonar?
nabanggit nga ni April nga, we just had an event last November. Nung December, we had yung Paskong Pinoy. So may
Hmm,
ano naman, may mga events naman na ino-organize yung mga Filipino community namin. And actually, what we appreciate from the embassy is, since yun nga, most of our kababayans here in Jakarta are, highly paid, they're very empowered. So minsan parang sila na yung ano na rin yung they do all the coordination. So parang ang
mm,
embassy is parang support na lang or whatever assistance that we can provide them, we just provide. But mostly it's really the our kababayans who run the show. So ano naman, kumbaga parang nakakatuwa kasi at least, of course, dahil kokonti nga lang yung mga Filipinos in Jakarta, so it lessens yung homesickness kahit papaano na nagkakaroon ng mga chances na magtipon-tipon yung mga Pilipino,
mhm,
especially parang during mga important holidays like Christmas.
Masaya because I think parang halos every month may activity. Like
mm,
yesterday, Conjens, meron Philippine Women's Association here. They had a charity work yesterday. So my company also sponsored it. So they went to a school to it's a charity activity. I think last Wednesday si Conja nasa isa ring campus na ang dean ay Filipino din. So it's in celebrate may film showing in celebration of kasi Women's Month ngayon eh.
Yes, oo.
Yes. And then also notable, kahit konti kami dito, actually magka-org kami ni Conjen. we
Yes.
have a we have an alumni association here of the University of the Philippines.
Okay.
Sino lang aming bagong president.
Yeah, so gusto may mga Christmas party and the orgs, maraming orgs ang Filipinos here. We all band together. So let's say, for example, yun nga, yung Paskong Pinoy, everybody will help. Hindi lang siya isang organization. All the orgs, so the embassy will have a list of us in a directory and yan, nagtutulong-tulong yan kapag may mga events na malakihan.
And I suppose yung Independence Day, no, yung bandang June, and then yung buwan ng wika, yung something like that na ano. And of course, as you were saying, April, yung mga regional organizations, ba Ilocano, Hiligaynon, Bisaya, yung mga ganon. So active yan. No? Actually, kahit na hindi register, basta yung nagtitipon-tipon. Pag fiesta, yung mga ganyan, ano. How about sports? Kasi alam niyo naman, ako sinasabi ko sa mga Kiwi, for short people like us, we love basketball. So palagay ko, ganun din siguro sa Jakarta.
Actually, isa sa mga una kong inattend ng event, nung kararating ko lang dito last May, was a basketball tournament. So hindi talaga mawawala yung basketball. Although basketball may not love us for our heights, but hindi talaga mawawala yan yung basketball.
Hindi mawawala. Oo.
Yeah.
Eh yung mga singing contest, pageant, ganun, meron din yan sa atin, dyan sa mga Pilipino?
Meron ba? So far wala pa ako yung sa pageants kasi nga mostly mga professionals eh.
So Direk Rene, actually hindi nga siya regional kasi konti kami dito. It's not very more regional but very interest-based. So for example, yung mga gentlemen natin ditong Pinoy, meron actually tayong basketball association. So in fact, sila yung parang security at saka sila yung order, sila yung nag-organize ng entrance nung Paskong Pinoy. So it's and then we have a business-oriented organization, PBCI. So they bring in they try to bring in the Filipino brands here and bring Indonesian brands to the Philippines. So it's more on the business school like UPAAI, and then we have a Philippine Women's Association also. Hindi medyo wala kaming mga singing contest and pageant, more of film showing ng mga Filipino movies or but a lot of the organizations are very charity based also.
Okay.
So yung mga tumutulong, so for example may nangangailangan na kapwa Pilipino din, or for example during COVID, we got together to also provide masks and medications. Kunyari, nagkaubos na ng medicines dito eh. So parang may group like, okay, how do we deploy the medicines? Hindi lang for the Filipinos but to basically anyone na nangangailangan tulong.
I recall nung 1990s yata yun, no? Parang Christian Bautista, no? Isang singer sa atin, sikat daw sa Indonesia kasi opposite recording company kami. Uy, sikat si Christian. Ano ba yung mga kanta ni Christian? Because we knew that Indonesia, ang laki ng market eh. Kung sikat si Christian, kailangan gumawa tayo ng parang similar kay Christian. But I left the company, hindi ko na alam kung ano nangyari. No? I think they love his music. Kagaya dito sa New Zealand, si Piolo Pascual, sikat na sikat dito. Yung mga Pacifica, Samoans, Tongans, they watch yung mga teleserye, yung mga ganon. So, sikat na sikat sila. No? In fact, we had Gary Valenciano last weekend. No? Pumunta sa Wellington, Eraserheads dito sa Auckland. So, that's why I ask you kasi syempre, mahal din dalhin dito yan. So, kung 600, 6,000 lang yung Pinoy na kalat-kalat, mahirap nga din naman na ano. And I think parang gusto ko yung idea na yung parang professional, halimbawa, yung parang business workshop or something, no? Yung from the Philippines or kung ano man yung company na Yun kagaya ng potato corner, no? Meron na rin dito last year, bago lang, no? Talagang haba ng pila kasi potato corner kasi meron ba diyan yung kasi dito meron dito yung mga tinatawag na night market, no? Yung
Bazaars.
yung parang mga lang, yung mga food, ganon. Meron din diyan sa Jakarta. Mga Pinoy nagtitinda or wala naman.
Actually, last year, nag-host sa Philippine Embassy din ng, I think PWA din siya, and if I'm not mistaken, PBC Icon dyan. Since yun nga, professionals yung mga nandito, there was an event, ang daming tao sa Philippine Embassy. It was about entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Mm.
So, yun, very regular ang discussions and workshops about entrepreneurship, how do you set up a business? And then even years ago, this is always a consistent topic sa embassy events. When you come home, how do you set up a business? So you're
Correct.
transitioning.
Mm.
So transitioning from being an expat or OFW, uuwi ka na. So iba na, 'di ba? It's not your job
Mm.
anymore. So how do you set up a business? So we have a lot of people who they're so spokesperson who are actually talking about it and what are the kinds of businesses that they can actually
Mm.
open. So ganun
Mm.
yung mga conversations dito.
Mm. That's good, and I think that's where the embassy would be like, talagang dito kasi pupunta dito yung mga real estate, Ayala Land, SM, ganon. Kasi nag-ano sila I suppose meron din silang umiikot na ganyan, although mahirap ba o hindi pwede maging citizen kung hindi ka Indonesian born, or paano you have to marry an Indonesian, or paano ba yung siguro si
Actually,
April kasi
we have a few kababayans who are already Indonesian citizens.
Yes.
Pero dito kasi hindi pwede yung dual citizenship not like in the Philippines. So kaya yung mga kababayan natin dito na Indonesia sa talaga sila. Although of course their heart is still with the Philippines, but their passport is Indonesian, and some of them are married to Indonesian. So that's why they were able to get their citizenship.
May
So,
sizable tayong number ng mga Filindos. So
Yes, yeah.
meron din mga UP student na anak ng Indonesian and Filipinos na nandito na. Pero yun nga, tama si Conjen, ang pasaporte nila is actually Indonesian already. Here, your residency is based on your job. So you cannot be, well, you can get married to an Indonesian, but it will take time also for you to get an Indonesian passport. So for us, like for example, for me, I've been here for a total of 12 years already. 12 years already, but my residency is based on my work permit.
So you still hold a Philippine passport, April?
Yes, yes.
Although you're married to an Indonesian, parang
I'm
ganon.
married to a Malaysian, so we're both here. Yeah.
Malaysian pala siya, no? So etong life in as an expat, no? Whether you're a diplomat, whether you are working, ano siya, yung parang ano yung mga highs and low points niyan, no? Yung kasi nasa ibang lugar ka, no? Although kasi professional naman yung environment, so I guess kung yung professionalism is ganun pa rin yun, no? Talagang the standards yun nandun. Pero ano yung mga highs and lows ng ikaw, April, you're working sa corporate.
Okay, the highs here, actually for me, marami namang highs. I wouldn't be staying for 12 years. Like I said, it's not top of mind for Filipinos to come here. So, but at the same time, the expat life here, it can spoil you.
Oh.
Like, part of the package niya would be your housing and car and driver also. So, hindi ako nagmamaneho dito dahil sobrang traffic. Yun eh. So, you have to live near your place of work. And also, Indonesians are very polite and respectful. Mababait sila. They're easy to work with. So far, I mean, personally, I never had any problems. But one thing here is you really need to at least have a faculty of the language. So I'm very fortunate that my first company here, kasama for expats that we have a cultural assimilation, kung paano,
Oh,
and language. So after work, after 6 o'clock, may teacher ako. So meron akong nag-language lessons ako, Conjen. But meron akong libro, ganyan. From alphabet into sentence construction. Pero hindi siya mahirap kasi nga, you are right, direct, medyo marami tayong
basic lang.
similar words. Kahit iba yung meaning, pareho ng words. So I was able to learn quite fast. But not I prefer the practical conversations rather than academic or like books.
Mhm.
The lows would be, honestly, of course, it's family. My family is still back home, but again, I'm fortunate that Manila is 4.5 hours away, so I can
Mm.
fly in quite fast. The traffic can be really bad in some days, lalo na kapag umulan. You would
Mm.
be stuck in an hour, like 15 minutes lang, dapat nagiging 1 to 2 hours ang traffic.
Parang
Mm,
Manila, oo.
Parang Maynila, minsan mas malala.
Mas
Uh,
malala.
I think, I don't know if I can't speak for Conjen, but for me, sometimes the air pollution here in Jakarta can
Oh,
be challenging.
okay.
Can be
Oo.
challenging. In the other parts, like in the suburbs, like Bogor or Bandung, or even in Bali, the air is cleaner. Unfortunately for us in Jakarta, dahil traffic and it's an urban landscape, the air quality is something that
Mhm.
I wish can be improved.
Nakalimutan ko pala tanungin, April, taga saan ka sa atin, sa Philippines?
Manila girl.
Manila.
Millennial.
Manileña talaga.
Yeah, Manila girl talaga.
Saan sa Manila? Sa
Dati
na
kaming from Pasay City and then we
oh,
moved down south to Parañaque.
Parañaque. Manila talaga. Manila
Manila
talaga,
talaga.
ano.
Even my lolo and lolas, they're all from Manila.
Conjen, ikaw naman. So, ano yung highs and lows ng, siyempre, yung mga lumalapit sa embassy, yung mga concerns nila, or ikaw mismo, I mean, your life na ano, as an expat, as a diplomat.
Well, ako kasi mag-1 year pa lang ako this May. So,
Oo
yay!
nga pala, oo.
Months
Baby
na.
ka lang pala dyan, baby pa.
Congratulations!
Pero ano naman what I appreciate about Indonesia is, of course, since it's within Southeast Asia, so yung adjustment, hindi siya ganun kahirap as compared, for example, when I was living in the Middle East. And then, of course, since I'm also a Muslim, so na-appreciate ko na yung halal, yung pagkain. Even my wife actually na-appreciate nga na yung mga damit dito, it's modest. Kasi sa Manila, sabi niya, nagko-complain daw siya na it's hard for her to buy clothes na ano na yung the up to our standards as Muslims. Yun, and then of course dito yung traffic, I have to admit, but strangely yung sa akin mas maganda yung experience ko dito with the traffic compared sa Philippines. Kasi so far hindi ko pa na-experience masyado yung nakikita ko talaga yung nasa stock ko, but it's not as worse as in Manila. Even yung yung Grab, for example, like in the Philippines, pag dumating na ng alas 5, wag ka nang mag-expect na makakabook ka ng Grab. Dito, kahit rush hour, makakabook ka pa rin ng Grab or ng Gojek. So kahit pa paano in terms of mobility, hindi siya naging problem sa akin despite the challenges. Tama si April, siguro yung air quality. Kaya siguro nung first few months namin, medyo nagkakasakit pa kami. Ngayon at least medyo naka-adjust na. Pero
Sanay
yun
na.
nasanay na, nag-adjust na, nag-adapt na. Kasi, yun nga, pag umaga, kasi I'm on the 21st floor yung aking apartment. So, pagkita mo dun sa balcony namin kung malinis yung air quality or hindi, kasi makikita mo yung smog.
Oh.
So, may mga times na clear siya. May mga times na, ayun na naman, medyo kikita mo na naman dun sa horizon na medyo makikita mo yung smog. Yung language barrier is also a challenge for me. Kasi nga, I think dito ako nahirapan in terms of yung language kasi I'm not really good in in learning languages eh. Like April, binigyan din ako ng bahasa class. Yes, twice a week. So after office, pupunta sa embassy. Yun nga, madali ang bahasa eh. Maraming similar words, not just with Tagalog, but even sa language ko, sa Maranao, marami. Tsaka wala siyang conjugation. So para siyang
Mm.
para siyang Carabao Baroque style kasi walang conjugation eh.
Yes.
So
Saka walang present, past, future
yes.
tense. Wala.
Yes.
So,
Isa lang.
Isa lang siya. So it's easier. Pero I'm not really good kasi in terms of language. So parang I don't know, wala yatang na ano. And yun nga, since I think from all of my postings dito ako nahirapan in terms of language kasi in Egypt kahit paano yung mga tao doon they can speak English eh. So it was never really a problem for me. So yun siguro yung mga challenges. But so far so good. Like what I say naman yung being in a different country is like kumaga parang meeting a new person. So parang for me it's unfair naman to compare, for example, Jakarta with Singapore, with KL, with Doha and Cairo. Kumaga lahat sila may kanya-kanyang personality. So may mga highs and lows. So ngayon nandun pa ako sa honeymoon stage. Getting to know more Jakarta. So far so good naman. Okay naman yung fasting. It's my first Ramadan, so it has been good. Wala naman ako na-experience na challenge. So yun. I'm looking forward to learning more about Jakarta as the months and the years go by.
Do you get to travel, Conjen, yung sa ibang major areas
Yes. Yes, for
kasi
work,
you have to touch base for work, di ba?
Yes.
Na,
Yeah, I've been to Manado, I've been to Surabaya and Bali na palagi ko sinasabi sa mga friends ko, I think it's my 6th time already to go to Bali, but it's always for work. So I should go there naman for vacation kasi parang hindi mo talaga na-enjoy, parang naiingit ako yung gusto ko lang yung wala akong iniisip na work. So hopefully makapunta na ako ng Bali for vacation. But so far yun lang. And Batam, when I was in Singapore kasi I was able to visit Batam and Bintan kasi it's just nearby Singapore. So
yes.
far yun. So I hope to be able to travel to other parts of Indonesia. Malaki kasi ang Indonesia, it's the biggest archipelago. So I don't know if I'll be able to visit all of them, but isa sa mga wish list ko is to go to Aceh. So excited ako na makita yung kasi nga it's very strong yung Muslim. So I wanted to compare yung experience. If given the chance, maybe go to Papua kasi it's not Papua New Guinea but West Papua kasi it's part of Indonesia.
West Irian ba yun? Parang ganun.
Yeah, so I'm into mga exotic places. And then maraming mga beach resorts dito, like yung Labuan Bajo. Yes, I also want to see yung Komodo Island. Sana if I get the chance. So hopefully, let's see.
Kasi yung climate niya, tsaka karamihan ng pagkain, fruits, gano'n, halos pareho sa atin, di ba? Lalo na sa Mindanao, parang durian, yung kung ano-ano, and then the climate. Ano ba ang working, kasi it is, correct me if I'm wrong, no? It's a do I call it a Muslim country or Islamic country? Ano yung work niya? Is it from Monday to Friday? Ganun ba? Kasi Friday is prayers di ba? So paano yung work schedule sa Indonesia, sa Jakarta?
Actually, Indonesia is predominantly Muslim, but they don't call themselves a Muslim country. Kasi ina-emphasize kasi ng Indonesia yung Pancasila, which emphasizes yung pagiging multicultural niya. Kasi if you look at Indonesia, yung most of the Muslims kasi are in the western part of Indonesia. Yung eastern part, mga Christian sila. And then of course yung Bali, mostly mga Hindus. So they're very, very careful about being able to showcase yung pagiging multicultural nila. Although of course Indonesia is the biggest in terms of population, in terms of among the Muslim countries, but they don't really technically call themselves a Muslim country given that they have other cultures. In terms of yung work dito, Monday to Friday pa rin, same as in Malaysia. So not like in the Middle East na Sunday to Thursday. Kasi Friday and Saturday yung weekend. Dito it's Monday to Friday pa rin.
Friday, yeah.
Tapos Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, so like what you said, Direct Rene, earlier, like for your students, right? Like there's a gap na may prayer time. So ganun din dito. What we do is we have special considerations. So for example, even on a normal day, there will be here talagang merong room or area for prayer, right?
Mhm.
They have time for prayer, and then pag Friday naman, like for me, if I have meetings, I make sure that by 11:30 tapos na yung meeting, or I need to let them go so that they can go to the mosque, and then
Mhm.
they will come back around 1:30 already kasi ano muna, they will pray, and then afterwards will have their lunch. So
Mhm.
ganun siya. We work around the prayer
Yeah.
time during Fridays.
Mhm. Oh, naalala ko many years ago, nasa KL ako no'n, eh, yung hotel namin sa tapat ng Petronas, eh. Tapos nung mga bandang parang nagsasara na yung mga shops do'n kasi 'di ba yung National Mosque nandun malapit sa Petronas, makita mo lahat ng mga lalaki pupunta na doon because of the prayers, eh. And, in our college kung saan ako nagtuturo, may katabi kaming mosque. So, pumupunta yung mga students namin. So, they're given a pass from 1:30 hanggang 2:30 kailangan bumalik sila, no? But it's good to know, Conjen, na yung multiculturalism is, ano 'to, yung is flourishing, no, kasi minsan ang problema sa mundo is ano, yung ano 'to, yung pagiging mangmang, 'di ba, yung parang hindi mo naiintindihan, 'di ba? So, nami-miscommunicate tapos kung ano-ano na nangyayari na hanggang sa hindi na maibalik sa dating ano. And which reminds me also of, sa atin sa Mindanao, no, multicultural tapos pumasok na yung kung 'pag pumasok yung ibang bagay, eh, ewan ko lang, hindi na natin pupuntahan yun dahil ano, mahirap yun, eh.
Just to emphasize yung multiculturalism sa Indonesia. Yung last year, pumunta dito si Pope Francis. So,
Hmm,
you would be surprised na why would Pope Francis go to
Yeah.
the biggest Muslim country, and ang daming pumuntang mga non-Muslim Indonesians. Siyempre, of course, yung mga Filipino community natin na they were able to attend yung mass. Tapos during the program, it was very interfaith. Nandun yung parang representative nung Muslim sector together with the Pope Francis. So, and then yung biggest mosque nila dito is right in front of a Catholic church.
Of a big
ah,
church, of the one
Yeah,
of their oldest and big church. So magkatapat sila. And
yes.
oh,
apparently there is a walkway between them. So
Yes.
that's why it's they respect multicultural and like religion here. Like
Yes.
even
mhm,
kunyari Christmas in the malls, makikita mo napakalaki ng mga Christmas tree. They also
oo,
celebrate Chinese New Year, right?
hmm,
So may day ng Chinese New Year dito. So it's more of like being respectful. So hindi naman siya repressed.
mhm.
Yes.
I suppose kasi malaki din ang Indian, Hindu is, so yung Diwali,
Yes.
I think you
Yes.
also
Yes.
celebrate that, no?
Yes.
Ah, yun yung ano, eh, yun yung tatlong ano, yung dito sa amin, yung Chinese, New Year tsaka Diwali, and we're trying to push nga yung Philippine ano, hopefully. Um, Alam mo ang dami nating puwedeng pag-usapan, alam niyo mga kabarangay, nagbigay ako ng listahan, yung parang eto yung pag-uusapan natin. Knowing na ano yung, kayang-kaya ko, pero yung mga nasa listahan, I will appeal to April and Gonar if you can answer it. Kasi aside
Mm.
from itong podcast, bina-vlog ko rin 'to, no. So, yung mga answers nila kagaya ng, "Are you a cat or dog person?" Yung mga gano'n, 'no. What will you tell your teenage self? So, yeah, I hope you will agree, Donar and April, no? Kasi this is very enriching, no? Kasi ako yung purpose ko ng ano being a journalist is also because of the things that I teach is I want to know, no, yung kung ano yung sabi nga ng pamilya ko, "Ikaw napaka-tsismoso mo talaga kasi lahat ng mga ano, nagmamarites ka, inaalam mo." Pero in a good way kako, yung ano, yung kaganito 'no, kasi ang lapit natin sa Pilipinas, malapit din sa parang nasa gitna kayo ng Philippines and New Zealand, eh. So, And I wish one day I'll go to habang nandyan pa si Conjen tsaka si April makabisita sa ano. So what are your future yung siguro let's just say 1 year, 2 years na excuse me plans for kasi Conjen you'll be there for the next 4 years pa, no?
Yeah,
Parang
6 years.
5 years lang yung posting. And
6
April,
years.
siguro 12 years. So siguro, nag-enjoy ka na dyan. Eh, ang bata-bata, kamukha pa ni Kuya Desma. Na, do you also sing, April? Ha?
Sorry?
Do you also sing? Kumakanta ka rin? Karaoke, mga ganon?
Ay, hindi po. Hindi talaga ako instrumental. Yan yung hindi Filipino trait sa akin. Lagi nila ako tinatanong. Hindi.
Yeah, so what are your yung immediate plans for your career, no? For it's good Conjen you always have your family kasi basically kailangan kasama mo yung family mo, especially your daughter is growing up so fast. Nakita ko mula nung baby, how ni Gonar, hanggang ngayon parang malagita na. So what are your plans for the near future?
Well, ngayon, yun, I'm still getting to know more Jakarta. What I appreciate naman about Jakarta in terms of the work, it's really very fascinating in terms of yung, una-una yung the work that I do with the Philcom or doing yung mga cultural projects. And then of course, yung on the political and economic aspect, there are many things to know more about Indonesia, and of course yung what we can explore more in terms of strengthening our bilateral relations. Kasi nga parang I look at Indonesia as parang low-hanging fruit, given nga that Indonesia is considered as the BFF ng Philippines sa ASEAN, and then napakalapit. So in terms of yung mga Filipino brands, napakarami pang, hopefully mas madagdagan pa yung mga Filipino brands that we can bring here to Indonesia. Nang sa ganun, not just for the Filipino community but also for the Indonesians to be able to appreciate yung mga products natin. We're also hoping to bring mga Filipino movies, yung music na bagay ko nga si Christian Bautista. And then of course, yung pagiging from Mindanao ko, I've been given many opportunities to be able to emphasize that. So we were able to organize, for example, a Filipino food fest that showcases Mindanao cuisine and how it relates to Indonesian cuisine. Like for example, yung rendang, beef rendang. It came from Indonesia, dumating ng Marawi kasi may an Indonesian man from Sumatra married a local girl in Marawi, and that's when they developed their own rendang. So, yung mga connections na ganito, this is what I've been doing so far. We will be organizing, for example, in August, we will be hosting a history professor from UP, si Ian Alfonso, and meron siyang study about Philippines-Indonesia connection. So ito yung what's fascinating about Indonesia kasi there are so many things to explore. So hopefully in the days to come, I hope to be able to do more of these projects, to be able to emphasize yung shared heritage natin. So yun, so far yun, hopefully magawa natin ng para. Although yun nga, the life of a diplomat kasi is para kaming mga tawag nito, nomads. So we don't know how long we will stay here, but definitely habang andito pa ako, it's something that I really want to pursue, yung being able to highlight yung Philippines-Indonesia connections.
Well done. Iko-connect kita Conjen sa yung mga organizers ng katatapos lang yung Mindanao Film Festival, no? So may mga indie films sila. Kasi ako, I'm more into the indie films. Okay din naman yung mga commercial films, pero yung mga documentaries, I'll connect with you kasi para ma-push natin itong mga kabataan, no? Yung sa mga as well as yung mga nasa Cinemalaya, yung mga ganyan-ganyan. Ikaw naman, April.
The funny story about my life in Indonesia is I never intended to stay here this long. So, may mga kaibigan din kami ni Conja na nagkagulatan na lang mga 20 years na dito. But my personal plan would be, for me, regardless where I am, is to work, but my motivation is really passion and purpose. Kasi I'm at that stage in my life and age that it's not just about working anymore, right? But it's really doing what you love. and there's already this concept of legacy building. But I know that life will take me back to my family eventually, who is back in Manila. But at the same time, we are planning also to be in Malaysia because of my husband. So at some point in time, so I'm very blessed and grateful that I am able to. I have three cities, right? So we go back and forth to Jakarta, to Manila, and to KL. So parang feeling ko hindi rin ako umalis ng Pilipinas kasi madalas din
Mhm.
ako na umuwi. Right?
Mhm.
Because yun nga, napakalapit, 4.5 hours and you're there already. So it's more of like just do what I like doing, regardless wherever it is.
I'd like to thank you, Conjen Gonar and April. No, maraming salamat at I know this is a start of a good conversation, and hopefully we could do more about things that would be specific for halimbawa merong isang expat dito or Australia o saan, so paano mag-usap parang ganun, no, because that is what the podcast is all about. It's about reuniting us with the Philippines through music, talk, and information. So maraming salamat, no? At bonus na lang yung taga CMC tayo. So
Yes.
Go Sophie.
i-share ko to kina Ma'am Odette para makikita niya na. Okay, so maraming salamat. All the best sa inyong endeavors, no? I wish to meet you in person pretty much soon. Malapit-lapit lang naman. I think from Auckland, parang ganun din, 4 hours yata or 5 or something. So thank you very much. Ha? At
Maraming salamat.
nais ko magpasalamat sa ating mga tagapakinig, sa ating tagapanood na pinayagan nyo kami ni Conjen Gonar at si April na pumasok sa inyong mga tahanan, sa inyong mga puso sa mga panahon na ito, dito po sa Barangay New Zealand, powered by Net Kapihan. Ako po inyong Kuya Rene, inyong Direk Rene. Maraming salamat. Thank you. Take care and God bless. Goodbye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Direk Rene. Thank you, Kwanjan.
The Filipino Show, Ikwento Mo. The Filipino Show, Ikwento Mo.
The Filipino Show, ikuwento mo. The Filipino Show, ikuwento mo.
The Filipino Show, Ikwento Mo.
The Filipino Show,
Ikwento Mo. The Filipino Story, 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 Ikwento Mo.
Super Pinoy, ikuwento mo.
Super Pinoy, ikwento mo.
Super Pinoy, Ikwento Mo.
Super Pinoy, ikwento mo.
Super Pinoy, ikwento mo.